A large percentage of people tend to put their emotions into physical actions when they are riled up. The average adult gets angry about once a day. Situations that are full of emotions can lead to someone or something getting hurt, along with actions that aren't fully thought out. In this way, one of my days during sixth grade consisted of getting riled up, getting hurt, and then not having so great of a surprise when I got home. Looking back on this day now, I was realizing that I've had many worse days since then, but my 12-year-old self would beg to differ. Even if one thing goes awry when one is young, it seems like the day is automatically doomed for disaster. Growing up, I was never placed in mainstream sports as I was mostly plugged in to dance team and cheerleading. So when my sister asked if I wanted to play soccer outside on a Sunday afternoon, my thoughts immediately went to running in the other direction. However, she coaxed me into it, and there we were, kicking the ball back and forth around the outdoor patio furniture and trying to slam it into the small section of the house that we called a goal. I was persistent, but getting angry, and as any younger sister does, I could not let her win. She swept the ball out from under me. It rolled under the coffee table, and then I proceeded to sprint over there and try to make it free before she could. Little did I know, as my foot was swinging out, my aim was slightly off, and wham! The portion of my ankle slammed into the lower bar of the coffee table, sending pain up my shin. I wasn't too worried about the pain in the moment, as my face was bright red from embarrassment, but of course my sister started laughing. We continued to play, and soon enough the pain was too much to bear. We made a quick trip to the doctor's. The doctor was surprised to hear the silly story, and in the end, I received a boot to keep my ankle stable for the next 6 to 8 weeks. An X-ray and MRI was taken to ensure the correct diagnosis was made. And the blow to the front part of my ankle bruised the bone, leaving it black and blue for many weeks. Not only was this crushing the beginning of what I thought would be the peak of my soccer career, but also I had dance competitions the next 2 weekends that I was unable to perform in. As my mom and I drove home from the doctor's office, I was devastated at the results of the visit, but nothing could prepare me for what was awaiting at home. To cap it all off, my fish ended up dying later that evening with little notice. Don't get me wrong, I loved the orange goldfish with everything inside of me, but I was also not heavily attached to it, as it was simply a fish. At the end of the night, the sheer emotional roller coaster of the day I was on sent me into tears at the sight of the fish on the side of its tank. I gazed into the tank with tears streaming down my face as my dad scooped out the fish with a cup and placed it in the toilet bowl. I hobbled over to the bathroom, still trying to learn how to walk with the new piece of plastic attached to my lower leg, and watched a little fishy swirl down the bowl and get swept out to the pipes. In conclusion, my 12-year-old self would deem this as the worst day ever, as I had played soccer, my sister won the game against me, I was placed into boot, and my fish died. Not only was it a full day, but I also learned the importance of managing my emotions and choosing what to let bother me. I could have easily backed off from my competitive nature and allow my sister to chase the ball and hopefully letting future 12-year-old me not be in a boot. What I learned is when someone gets riled up because of emotions throughout the day, it can be made sure what they choose, what to put their energy into, and what let bother them. At the end of the day, one decides the outlook of all situations, even as insignificant as kicking the coffee table or having a fish dying. Thank you.